My parents, Urszula Jeziorek-Neszulińska and Wacław Jeziorek, got married on the 28th of October 1951 in the church in Winnica.
Po weselu przyjechaliśmy do Warszawy i zamieszkaliśmy w małym drewnianym domku. Był pokój z kuchnią, ale bardzo zimny. Woda w czajniku, który stał na kuchni, zamarzała. Pracowaliśmy oboje. Wacław na budowie, ja w PKO.
My parents rented a small wooden house in Targówek. Targówek at that time had a bad reputation as a result of being on the wrong side of tracks. It has significantly changed since that time. However, back then, the area had a high poverty rate. It was a working-class community intermixed with a criminal element. Many Targówek city streets were unpaved. Many houses didn't have city water. Nor sewage systems installed. In the 1950s, one had to be tough or very poor to live in Targówek. There were two houses on the property where we lived. In a much better shape, the larger house belonged to the owners of the whole lot. The place that my parents rented was dilapidated. Nevertheless, this was the only place that my parents could afford. Our house was located at the end of Cmentarna, Cemetery Street, near the corner where Kirkut, a Jewish cemetery, and Brudno Cemetery met. It was also a 5-minute walk away from the maternal grandmother's younger sisters, Stanisława Milewska-Kowalska place. In July of 1949, my mother moved to Warsaw to live with her aunt, so mother's move wasn't too distant. This was the second move in my mother's life. Besides this move, she changed her home twice more. Altogether, she had 4 home changes in her life. I'm laughing because my parents always thought that any change of residence was very stressful and on par with life's major disasters. The tiny house had no running water, bathroom, or central heating. The water came from the pump located in the yard and operated by hand. The toilet was in an outhouse. Maybe the word toilet is undeserved for a hole in a plank of wood. Heating in winter was provided by a small freestanding wood or coal-fired stove. If one didn't add wood or coal, the fire would die out, hence frozen water in the kettle. I was born on Cmentarna Street in 1953, almost 2 years after my parents moved to the house. My brother Jacek also was born there in 1957. However, soon after Jacek was born, we moved into a new studio apartment on the highest floor of the brand new building on Szymanowskiego 5A. I spent the first 4.5 years of my life on Cmentarna Street. My parents lived there for almost 7 years.